Hello everyone, my name is Dmitry aka Mitya, and today I want to make a video with explanation about Kirlian photography or Kirlian effect and its connection or maybe no connection with the terms like aura and energy field. I have been working in the field of Kirlian photography or GDV gas discharge visualization technology since 2007. It's already 13 years. So within this period of time, I have got acquainted with many people around the world involved in this sphere of research. So, and I can see distinctly that there is a lot of confusion in this market and in this sphere. So I want to slightly clarify this and want to put the dots on E's and cross the T's. So in this topic, and I will just demonstrate to you what definitions we have, and we'll just describe all these terms from a scientific point of view. So let's go. First thing, let's go through definitions. What do we know about these technologies? So if we input Kirlian photography in Google, we'll see a lot of beautiful pictures and with this kind of glow, with even different colors. But what is interesting, you see that people also ask, how do you do Kirlian photography? What does Kirlian photography measure? That's fine, but look at the third question. How can I see my aura? How do aura photos work? And if we continue these questions that Google proposes us, what is the most common aura color? Can you see an aura in a picture? Whilst, is there a connection between Kirlian photography and aura? We have to find it out. If we go further to see the links beside the Wikipedia link, we can see many articles with aura word next to Kirlian. Is it really connected or not? So we need to define first what is Kirlian photography, and maybe then we can easier understand, is it connected with aura or not? So if we talk about the physics and from the point of view of science at the modern situation that we have, we will find out what Kirlian effect or Kirlian photography is about. If we go through the articles, we will see that there are a lot of speculations about this, auras, chakras, and other things, and mainly there are a lot of words like pseudoscience, etc., connected with the Kirlian photography. But if we go dive in depth in the essence of this technology, we'll find out that Kirlian photography is about corona discharge. If we go to the Wikipedia definition, it will tell us that the Kirlian photography is about corona discharge. What is it? So it's a technique for creating contact print photographs using high voltage. If we look into this topic and see the definition of this, the GDV is just the modern technology that is using Kirlian photography or Kirlian effect or corona discharge. So actually this technology is based on capturing the stimulated emission created by high voltage, high intensity electromagnetic impulse. So actually, if you apply high voltage impulse, electromagnetic impulse, to any material that is conductive, so it has free electrons on the surface, you will extract these electrons from this material. It doesn't matter if it's a living substance or it's a non-living substance. So human being is not an exception from the rule. So you can apply high voltage, high intensity electromagnetic impulse to a metal or any other conductive material, and it will also emit electrons. these electrons will fly out from the material and strike the air molecules around it. So these air molecules will get the energy from these electrons, and by increasing its energy and then relaxing to the initial state, they will emit light. So this exact light, the Kirlian photography is capturing, or GDV or EPI technology is capturing. Nothing else. It's the emission of, not of the object that we are influencing upon. It's the emission of the air. But this emission of the air, light of the air, is caused by the flow of electrons from the material. So it means that the Kirlian photo or GDV EPI technology images are in essence just photographs of the light of the air that is caused or stimulated by the electronic flow from material. And it doesn't matter if it's a metal piece or it's a finger of a human being or it's some other substance that is able to conduct electricity. So it means that this Kirlian photography is not about some kind of field around us. It's not something that is constantly floating around us. Kirlian photography is about the light of the air that is caused by the flow of electrons from the material, fingers in particular. So it means Kirlian photography is connected with the internal properties of the material that you are testing and with the properties of the air in which you are doing this kind of tests. So let's go next to the aura term. So problem with aura is that it doesn't have a specific definition. So there are different speculations about it, but scientifically speaking, there is no definition of this word. It meant to be something, some kind of field or something that is floating constantly around us. Some people even say that it has some layers, etc., but it's not proven, it's not measured yet. Maybe we have to wait more for the science to be able to capture aura and to prove that it exists. Until this moment, we don't have any proofs. So that's why I cannot connect Kirlian photography with aura at all, because aura is something that is meant to be constantly outside, while Kirlian photography is not about that. It's about extracting electrons from the material. So let's go to the word energy field. If we Google energy field definition, we will see this. Unfortunately, again, we will see that if we click on the energy field in Wikipedia, we will see that there's pseudoscience definitions like energy or aura again here. So, but if we talk from the point of view of science, this field is something that is emitting around some source of this field in form of electromagnetic or electric or magnetic or gravitational or quantum or radioactive or chemical or acoustic field, again, etc. So if we talk about a human being, so we can say that yes, human being has a lot of fields around it. So some people prefer to use the term biofield. So the field that is emitted by a biological object. So if we take a human being, we emit lots of different fields. Chemical field, we have it around us. Constantly something is being evaporated through our skin and it floats around us. So it creates some kind of field around us of pheromones, hormones, etc. that you can even smell. So Then we are emitting magnetic field, and you can measure it around the human body. So we have a magnetic field around us. We have electrostatic, or electromagnetic field around us. We even emit radioactivity, so we have radioactive field around us. We also, all our organs are vibrating, all our body is vibrating, so it means there is an acoustic field around us. All of it is generating a so-called biofield around us that is constantly going together with us 24/7 around us. And you don't have to apply high voltage, you don't have to apply any high frequency impulses in order to visualize this field or to create this field. It's constantly with us because it's being emitted by us, by our cells, organs, and systems. So just because we're living beings, we emit a lot of things. So, and it's all energy. Whenever you transfer something, it involves energy. So it means all of these things are energy and energy fields. But when we go to for example, one of the applications of the Kirlian photography, for example, Bio-Well, that is GDV technology, you can see this field around the figure of a human being. Whilst this figure is written here, is drawn here just for beauty. So if you look at the real picture here, you'll see that the actual image has no colors, it's just the grayscale, it's just the emission of the light of the air. So again, the name of the tab in the software called energy field is just a beautiful name of this picture. So of course, as long as we are applying in this technology, Kirlian photography technology, the high voltage is being applied to a fingertip. We have this electronic emission from the fingertip and then creation of the glow around it. So we can tell that this is somehow an energy field around the fingertip, but it's not the energy field around the human body. This is just a beautiful picture that is called energy field in the software. So energy field around the human body is nothing unusual. Science knows about it a lot, and maybe there are other energy fields that we don't know of, some other nature that science will discover later. But at the present moment, it's pretty measurable and nothing unusual there. And it's something that is constantly working with us, like aura that we have been talking earlier. But Kirlian photography is not about that. Kirlian photography is about extracting electrons from the tissue, from the material, and then watching how it will interact with the air and create those beautiful patterns, those corona discharges. So if we look at these pictures here, so it's not about the energy field around the finger. It's not about some aura around the finger or around the whole body even. It's just about extracting electrons from the fingertip. So then, yes, of course, we can use and measure this light, make photographs, and make some kind of assessment and calculation of the intensity of this light and the number of pixels on the image to see how much light we have. What is interesting, if we go to these articles that I've just shown you here, you will see that unfortunately, when people are talking about Kirlian photography, they talk about this, that Kirlian photography was able to distinguish between living and non-living objects, that it could be used to diagnose diseases of all kinds, could be used to predict the future, etc. No satisfactory Kirlian photograph could be obtained if the experiments were skeptical, etc. So the interesting conclusion that people say that they make from all of this. They say that the pictures are too noisy and uncontrolled conditions, so the variation is very high, etc. So it cannot be used in any field of science. But that's not true. Modern technology is able to make the Kirlian photography or this kind of images with 99.9 sometimes percent reproducibility, whilst in a modern application like Bio-Well device is able to do it with 98 to 99% stability between the captures. So all these claims are useless. And if we think that, of course, the emission from the finger is connected, of electrons is connected with the properties of the finger, with the perspiration, with the blood circulation, lymph circulation, with the nervous activity, intercellular communication, all these parameters, it means that the electronic flow that is being created through Kirlian photography, EPI, GDV, it is directly connected with the properties of the finger. Same if you take some kind of metal object, the emission will be connected with the properties of this metal object. So, of course, by measuring the light created by this electronic flow, you can somehow assess the properties of this object that you're studying. So it means by looking at the Kirlian photography of human fingers, for example, you can tell something about the human being, because the emission of this electrons, free electrons from the fingertips, is directly connected with the state of the person. So, for example, perspiration is connected with the stress level. So you can somehow assess the stress level. Number of free electrons that your fingers emit is somehow connected with the amount of energy that a human possesses. So, and if you compare left hand with right hand, you can see that there is some kind of balance or imbalance between them, the emission of left and right. So then you can somehow make some kind of conclusions about balance between left and right hemispheres of the brain, because they're directly connected with the state of the palms. So yeah, it means that Kirlian photography is not about aura, it's not about energy field, it's about extracting electrons from the material. And then, as I said, in terms of fingertips, you can then correlate the emission that you photograph from the air connected to the emission of electrons from the fingertips, and then connected with the energy of the person, stress of the person, and balance of the person, left-right hemispheres, left-right sides of the body. So this is the main application of this technology in the modern world, and it has nothing to do with aura or energy fields in pseudoscience definitions. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you like this video. If you will have any questions, you are welcome to comment, sign up to my channel, and welcome to my official website, mitya-orlov.com. You're welcome, and I'm ready to answer your questions, or if needed, make a new video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.